Have you ever known what it feels like to be building an airplane while in flight? That's kind of how I feel today. So, we're very, very excited that all of you guys are here for our Saturday morning training. We have a lot of stragglers coming in because there were a lot more RSVP'd. But we are going to start out with the promotions from last month. This is something that I know I haven't been very, very good at recognizing every single month, but something that I really, really think is important. So we are going to dance to her phone. I'm just joking. So first things first, let's get promotions up because I'm excited about that. I don't know who's on here that actually. Okay, so I don't see any. We have two. Oh, she's gonna miss her award. So first off, last month we had two executives that promoted. We had Amy Stinger, sorry, I always do that, and Taylor Naher. Very, very excited for them. And if they were here, I would put them in the hot seat, but they're not here. All right.
Well, Victoria actually did promote to executive mid-month, but she.
Oh, well, yeah, you double voted, so we're going. So Paige and her mom Jennifer promoted to Ruby, and they're not here. Do I actually double promote? Yeah, get your honey up here. And so really, really quick, like in 2 minutes, give us your story. Where you come from, where you started. Get right.
I didn't know this part.
Well, it's even better.
I mean, I work full time, and so me and my fiance, we want to kind of help me get out of debt because when I turned 18, I completely shot my credit. So I'm trying to build that ever since. So then I joined this thinking, getting an extra $100, $200 a month. And last month I was averaging about $930. Combining all everything, completely done what I didn't think I was going to be able to do. And through this, though, I already feel like my confidence in self and everything has completely changed. Like I feel like I'm really independent now, and I feel like I'm protecting something.
And then Coach Andy Sorrell. So you're dedicated. The spot.
Cody and Andy are actually painting a new house today.
Yeah, they're in the middle of building a new house, so they are crazy busy.
Can I help you?
What am I doing? You promoted, so get your idea.
Oh, okay.
So real quick, we want to hear your story. Why you're in here and
Oh,
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Just congratulations.
I'm Aiden Stinger. I got started in this when I went to a rock party with Victoria, and I wanted to join because she was talking about how much fun she had and all the friends she made, and so I decided to sign up and make money on the side. And then I tried the Confianza and Marines, and I got a whole bunch of extra energy from it, so I got very excited about that. All right.
And then this one is near and dear to my heart. My mom. Enrolled last month and is, oh gosh, we are so close to dying in the area. It's ridiculous.
And I told this child, I'll sing for you, but don't ever make me speak.
I'm going to do it anyways.
Anyway, this is so awesome, you guys. The reason I started is because she got well. And she was sick. Oh, she's sick. And she's well now. And I just thank God, and I thank God for this company and for this product. And it works, ladies. It works, look at it. I'm thrilled. I'm going places I didn't know I could, I didn't know I had it in me to do it. I'm just a redneck from the sticks. And now here I am doing things that, I'm speaking right now instead of singing, I'd rather sing. Anyway.
You can sing it.
And who can't use a little extra on the side, right? I work with my not. Prison.
Unpaid behavior.
Unpaid behavior. Anyway, I'm loving it. This is awesome. I'm just so glad we're all in this together, and we are all in this together.
So nobody can ever have enough green, right? So everybody was awarded with a new bandana, or making a scarf, bracelet, tie it on your nose. I don't care, have some fun with them. And then for our emerald, head into diamond. This is her gratitude journal, and it's really, really important to start every single day with a grateful heart. We had one guy tell one of our friends, be grateful for the forks in your silverware drawer. You're not eating with your hands. Anyways, there is simply everything. I mean, you can be grateful for the tiniest thing every day, and it just magnifies everything else that's going on. So, thank you. I love you. I love you. Okay, to jump right into it. Did I forget anything? I don't think I forgot anything. The cruise winners! Holy crap, Batman. This is really exciting. You guys know that we have girls right here in this room who won a trip on this cruise? Yeah!
This girl did not tell me she was even in the running for the cruise, so I was more excited for her than I was for you.
I was laying in bed at home with a migraine, and I'm like, I'm not doing anything today. I checked my phone, so it just dinged, and I was like, you're going on a cruise. I don't think I ever recovered from a migraine that fast. I was so excited.
Oh my gosh. What did you do to get on the cruise?
I was getting like an LC or 2 a day. Every day. Okay.
She works with this, like your doesn't go out and make extra time for it. She incorporates it into her every single day. She uses the product. She's freaking excited if you can't tell. And oh my gosh, and she's going places, right? She is a rock star. That's all it takes, a little bit of effort, and not only do you get to go on a cruise, you get to double promote and make money with your customers.
It's been awesome.
I'm excited.
This skirt is. Okay, so first up is Double Diamond, Cassie Brannick. And get ready to meet you guys. This chick has some really good digs on Instagram, and she's going to share them with us today. So,
hello guys, thanks for coming. I don't know if any of you have Instagram, but it's, for my business, it's been a must. I traveled, Margo.
hold
Check.
Try low. Yeah,
Okay, so I don't know if you guys have Instagram, but it's a must. I traveled 1,200 miles away to Kansas, something completely different for me. And Facebook kind of has its ups and downs. If you guys understand what I mean, as far as sometimes you get a couple likes, sometimes your news feed's blown up. So I kind of went back and forth. When Facebook was popping, I stayed there and slowed down on Instagram. And when Instagram was going, I slowed down on Facebook. So I switched back and forth. As far as distributors and loyal customers all over the world, Instagram is the way to go. Okay? It has expanded my business crazy. like it's made it completely different. You know, being 1,200 miles away and not being able to know everybody around me. I grew up in Iowa, but a huge expansion for my business. I'm going to give you guys some tips on Instagram today that I actually found off of one of Lisa Fuller's calls. So 8 to 10 posts a day. Okay, one thing with Instagram, you can't overpost. Okay, so on Facebook, if you like it, it goes right back up to the top of the newsfeed. Instagram's not like that. Okay, 4 of those posts send over to Facebook. Kind of make it so serious and make sure you write them down. Okay, so Instagram, we're going to follow the 5 F's. So it's friends, family, food, fun, and fashion.
Wait, can you do that again?
Friends, family, fun, food, and fashion. So this is the stuff that you're going to incorporate in your business with every day. Okay, you're out with your friends for lunch. Take a picture, post it. Okay, it works friends, it works family. Fun, food, you know, family. If not, take a picture and you're great. Always incorporate your business with everything you do. Okay? Fashion. Check me out today. Okay? All over Facebook. Okay, so this is something that I'll be posting. Everybody's gonna look. Okay. So lots of interaction on your comments as far as upline, downline. I'm gonna get to the sideline thing here in a little bit. You want to show interest on other people's comments. So you're scrolling through and you see somebody that liked a picture or whatever of yours, you're going to go ahead, comment on theirs, interaction back and forth. Follow for a follow on Instagram, a like for a like. So if somebody's interacting with you, interact with them back, okay? Because I've done it several times in Kansas, and it's been insane. Like I had a guy actually screenshot all the pictures that I like and then post it as a picture on his Instagram. So all of his 1,000 followers that he had now saw my name and how many pictures I liked of his. So it kind of spreads the word and gets your business out. Here's your guideline on Instagram, and that's it. This is kind of cutthroat, guys, but it's not like Facebook. Okay, any sidelines? No Instagram. I keep it just strictly to the people you are, or the people you are, or that are above you, sorry, and then the people that are below you. Okay. Post, I would say post before and after pictures every 4 posts, you know, out of your 8 to 10 posts a day, before and after is about every 4 posts. Your Instagram needs to be private. Okay, so with you going through and people want to follow you, they have to request you. Okay, so they don't know, they see this fun, bubbly person on your profile picture and they have no idea who you are. So they're going to want to request you because they can't just pull up your Instagram and check it out. Like you have to accept them. So then you get a confirmation that they're actually following you. And then they can go through and check out all of your Instagram pictures, see who you are, see what you are, see how much fun you're having with the business, because you incorporate it every day with your life. Let's see, we did that one. So like I said before, interaction is key. For an example, every like is a high five. So you're going to want to give everybody a high five on Instagram, okay? And then every hug or every comment is a hug. So you're only going to give so many people a hug because you don't just randomly go hug a million random people every day. Okay, so you're only going to give so many people a hug. If you're scrolling through and somebody's got a green shirt on, comment. Like, or me, like I'm a horse fanatic. So if I see somebody like, oh, your horse went to the vet today, I'm going to comment on it. Okay. Let's see here. Names. So when commenting, use their names. Okay, like. Wow, Blair, that was an awesome shirt that you had on today because I love the color green. Okay, it makes them sit up straight in their chair, kind of gets their attention a little bit more. Okay, instead of just throwing a comment in there and they're like, whatever. Oh, let's see. The 2 apps that you're going to need to have for Instagram are InstaFollow and Crowdfire. So I've actually been using quite a bit for the last few days. And I'm in love with them. I'll tell you the difference between the 2 in just a minute. Okay, so your you get a follow request. Before you accept it, what we're gonna have you do is go onto their profile, onto their Instagram page, and you're gonna like 5 pictures and comment on 1. Okay, that's showing that, hey, they wanna follow you, you're gonna show them some interaction. So right when you accept that request, they're gonna go right into your profile and they're gonna like all your stuff back, because that's how Instagram works. You know, follow for follow, like for like. So Crowdfire, it changes sometimes depending on the day. I think they have kind of ups and downs, but you are allowed to add 160 people that you can follow each hour on Crowdfire, okay? So if you go into Crowdfire, pull it up, you can type in copy followers. If I type in, I mean, don't do this to another distributor, but if I type in Blair Dibner, go copy followers, Blair Dibner, and then it's gonna come up with a little piece of like copy paper on the side of her name. Click it, and it'll pull up all of her followers that she has interacted with, okay? It starts from the most people or the most she interacts with, or at the very top, and then it goes all the way down, but it's all of her followers. So you can go in, say you have an LC on Instagram, and they're awesome, they're bubbly, you love them, their friends are interested. So you're gonna go in, type in her name, pull her up, and just add all of her friends, okay? It's so much easier than trying to figure out how to search people, where to go, how to do it. So that's a good thing. It varies back and forth between 160 and 120 followers that you can do in an hour. Double dipping is amazing. So once you've maxed out for your hourly limit on Crowdfire, you're going to go to Insta Follower. So you don't want these people or if they're not following you, you need to unfollow them because they're not seeing any of your posts, okay? So this is the awesome thing about Insta Follow is you can go right down to the bottom on it, click, you'll see it right when it pulls up. You scroll right down to the bottom, it says non-followers. Click on that and it'll pull up everybody that's not following you. Okay, and that usually averages out, I found out personally, about 100 followers that you can unfollow or that aren't following you. So you don't want, you kind of want your followers and who you're following even. You don't want it like mine right now. I'm following like 7,000 people and only 3,000 are following me. Okay, it just looks a little too salesy. So you want to keep those two pretty even. Let's see. Insta followers. So here's where it gets a little different because I know Facebook is kind of the opposite. But your Instagram profile picture, you don't want anything it works. Nothing. Okay. You can maybe have green on, but I mean, as far as like some of the stuff we do on Facebook, like double diamond or ruby or whatever, none of that on Instagram. Okay, so you don't want them to even think that you're a networks distributor. You just want them to think that you're living everyday life, which is true, and you're incorporating your business in it. Another thing is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but in your Instagram bio, all sorts of stuff like mine are hashtag rockstar mom, you know, health and fitness, you know, nothing works. Okay, you can put your Facebook link in there to where they click on it and it'll go straight to your Facebook, but nothing it works also. Okay, that's another really important point because right when they pull that up, they can see it. So I've had to go in after this call and completely redo pretty much my whole profile. My name is Cassie_Brass. My profile picture was a double diamond. And then all my bio was about it works, you know, and paid mom, paid to play, yada, yada, yada. I had to switch all of it, okay? So if you want to just look at it, crazy that's with being mom, because that's all it says. So, let's see. Yeah, give you that one. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have used Instagram before, for those of you that have, the direct messaging, kind of how you can personal message on Facebook or private message. They do direct message on Instagram also. They've just updated it, so it's a lot easier to use now. It's not as crazy. With Instagram, and this is kind of they stopped calling, we were doing Q&A, and I had to ask this question because I had fought with it. And I don't know if you guys go through, I mean, like I said, you can only add so many people in an hour, but I one person, and I couldn't figure out what went with it. So I asked, you can only follow 7,500 people. That is it. That's your limit. You can have a million follow you, but you can only follow 7,500 people. Okay, so if you hit that 7,500, excuse me, sorry, if you hit that 7,500 mark, it will no longer allow you to pay anybody else. And that's where I was at. So I had to unfollow a lot of people just to get into where I could follow the ones back that were following me. I did that. Okay, so most people on an average day follow 300, 500 people a day. Okay? You want to get those followers up. You want to get that business out there. So make sure you guys are shooting hard for those. You can follow 160 people in an hour. Imagine what you could do in a day's time. It's very, very, very time consuming. I know when Holly and I were doing it, when we first took off last October, it took up a lot of time to get a lot of followers, but it's so worth it and needed. I posted the triple threat picture, what was it, yesterday? Yeah, and I had 4 hits off Instagram, just back to back. And I mean, I have people that want wraps, like they'll direct message me, they won't even comment, they message me right away. It's definitely the way to go. Another thing he said, and I'll kind of leave this on closing, is emojis. If you guys use those, I'm old school, I just learned how to use them. In your posts, any pictures you post, any wording, anything you post in it, obviously you're gonna go further, but if you put your emojis in it, they're scrolling by, you think in your newsfeed, and they see a different one that they haven't seen before, and they're gonna stop. They're gonna scroll back up and they're gonna look at it. So use your emojis in your posts, even if you smack them over to Facebook, whatever. Make sure you use your emojis. If you guys have any questions, you can come up to me. I'll be here for a little while after the training. We can kind of get together, figure things out. Okay? Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you. I don't know you guys, but I wrote and wrote and wrote, and I feel like I still need to learn a lot more. Okay, next up is Miss Tariana. And she is going to be taking us through taking quitting off of this table.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so I kind of want to talk to you guys, kind of get real here for a little bit, okay? For those of you who were at some of the trainings when Barry was here, then some of this might kind of seem like repeat, but I'm going to go into greater detail than I did back then. I want to tell you guys my story, okay? And I know that a lot of you have heard it, but like I said, we're going to break this down to where I get really, really straightforward about how things have gone for me. I will tell you that this entire time that I've been in the business, I joined in March of 2013. Okay, so I've been in it for about 2.5 years. And it hasn't been an easy road for me. It really hasn't. I've struggled like you would not believe. I got in just to make an extra $400 a month. That's all I wanted, because after daycare and all the costs that it took me to, have the pleasure of working, I was only bringing in about $400 a month. And I was watching somebody else raise my kids with that. So my goal was, because I was pregnant then too, just uppity. My goal was to make $400 a month before the baby was born, so that I would have daycare and have 3 kids in daycare and really never see them, just so that I could have the honor of working a job that I hated. So I got in March of 2013. Now, I had to skip my power bill to do this. I had to go against my husband's wishes. He was not so thrilled about the fact that I was not paying a bill so that we could get in. And I told him, I said, I'm going to make this work. And you're going to have faith in me, and that's just watch me do this. And, I took off. At the very beginning I did.
You know, I talked to everybody that I could. I talked to coworkers, old coworkers, family. I asked anybody that would listen to me to throw a party for me. I was wrapping as many people as I possibly could, and I wasn't taking no for an answer. And so I made enough wrap cash and bonuses and commissions to be able to quit my job by month 3. So in May, I went Ruby, and I made $1,600, most of that wrap cash, and I was like, that's it. Sayonara job, I'm out. Not the smartest move because, to be honest, I mean, most of that was wrap cash, you know, and that's not residual income. That was income that was coming in because all these new people were seeing what I was doing, and they really wanted to try these wraps. So I made that $1,600, I quit my job, I was Ruby, and then I got a really bad idea. I thought, you know, I have people underneath me, and they're working too. So I can go ahead and take a little bit of a break here at the end of my pregnancy because I was gonna go into labor at any time for the last month of my pregnancy. I was really in no jeopardy of this. That's just what I told myself. So I made the excuse that I couldn't work my business because I couldn't get out of the house because I might go into labor if I did. So I let everybody else work the business. And you know what happens when your team sees their leader fall off? They do too. So that was in May, end of May. I took part of June and all of July. Okay, we had the baby at the end of July. And the first part of August, where I didn't do anything but sit on my couch and play Candy Crush. I got really good at it. I was really good at Candy Crush. And my entire business fell apart. I was charted to at least Emerald. I mean, I had a pretty good team underneath me. But in August, I fell back down to distributor. I lost all my ranks. My paycheck was $150, and I wasn't selling wraps. So all of a sudden, that job that I quit, I really needed it. And I didn't want to go back to it. I hated it. So I heard a conference call. I decided, you know, I'm at least going to start plugging in because I'm sitting here on my couch playing Candy Crush. The least I can do is just listen to people, you know, see what's working for them because maybe that'll get me going again. And I heard a call from a Double Diamond that really, really resonated with me. At the same time, Jimmy posted something on Facebook that said, there's no BB in TV or Candy Crush or anything else that you're sitting about doing. And so I heard this call. I was sitting in my living room, bawling my eyes out. You know, really, really hit me. And so I uninstalled Candy Crush and I decided to get off my butt and work my business. Now, of all those people that were underneath me, like I said, when you don't feed into your team and you don't be that leader that people need, everybody will leave. Nobody will stick around with somebody that they don't believe in. And I wasn't being that leader. So I came out of this at the end of August with one active distributor under me. That was it. I literally started from scratch at the end of August. So I picked it back up. In September, I pushed myself really, really hard. I got back to posting every day. I got back to getting out and talking to people. Now, I wasn't blitzing. I will tell you, I was terrified of blitzing. I mean, terrified. If I didn't know you, I didn't want to talk to you because I was an introvert. You know, my comfort zone was my house in my little cave, curtains drawn, TV on. That was my comfortable spot. So, I got my Ruby back though. I did at least talk to enough people that I was able to get Ruby back in September. And then Lisa Fuller posted a blitzing challenge, like the one that she posted last week. How many of you guys here take part in that? The blitzing challenge? I know Jolie did. If you guys did not do this, regardless of the fact that this contest is over and the winners have already been picked, go back, watch that video, and do it. Okay, this was the contest that single-handedly gave me my business back. I preach it to my team now, like you would not believe, because it's powerful. The contest was to get out and blitz as many people as you can and add them to Facebook. Okay, if you have to go tell people I'm doing a contest, even if there's no contest, do it. Okay, that will give you an in, a really, really easy in to talk to people that you don't know. People are always really willing to help. So if you just go up and say, hey, my team's doing a contest, can I give you this coupon? And the other part of it is, can I add you on Facebook? That's it. Okay? And then you're posting on Facebook like you normally would about your life, about your business, about how things are going. And people will wonder what's going on. But if you're adding these friends, then you're making those new contacts. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I came out of September and I got my Ruby back, I really didn't have much of a warm market left at all. Okay, everybody will run out of the warm market. If you get to that point where you aren't seeing people that you know responding to you on Facebook, you know, nobody's really interested in what you have to say anymore about your business, it will happen at some point. Okay? I'm not gonna pretty it up and say your warm market will last forever. Everybody runs out of warm market at some point. So those 8 months that I spent in my business not blitzing was the worst thing that I could have done, because I was depending on that warm market that, you know, eventually runs out. And the only place that I was going to find to build my business was in people that I didn't know. Okay, that's where this contest came in. To be honest, I just wanted the prize. I just wanted a $500 basket full of goodies and wraps and stuff that I could use, because my paycheck was so low, I couldn't afford much of anything. I kept my auto ship going because that was the only way I was going to get paid. But it was tough for me. I mean, it was really tough. I ended up going back to work. I don't tell a lot of people that because I was so embarrassed about it. But I went back 2 weeks and I was like, you know what? This isn't where I want to be. This is not going to be the end answer for me. I have something in my hands that can help so many people, and helping people is how I'm going to get myself some help as well, financially. So I left my job after 2 weeks. Again, not making money, still in financial ruin, worse off than I was before. And I pushed myself. I decided this is something that I need to do. I really need to get my business going. And so I started this blitzing contest, and I went out and talked to everybody that I could. At the end of, let's see, that was October, I took it through November and began December. I ended up, after everybody, you know, kind of settled, and some people removed me from Facebook, some people denied my friend request. I ended up with about 35, 40 people on my Facebook that I didn't know before, and that was great, because then as I was posting and as I was doing what I was supposed to do, I was still adding some people here and there to my business with distributors and oils. And then the busy season came, the spring. Okay, now if you guys haven't been through a spring yet, get ready. Okay, when you come out of conference, it goes nuts. It goes crazy. But not if you haven't been working it through the winter. Okay, you have to be working your business and building and getting those contacts and building those relationships with people. And then when they start getting their tax returns in, that's when it really goes crazy. Okay, so like I said, I had started from scratch. Okay, basically there was a distributor, one distributor underneath me that was still working, and that was the end of August, beginning of September. Got my Ruby back in September, and all of a sudden, in February of next year, all these people that I had been adding to my Facebook, they came in. They started approaching me. They started wanting what I had. I don't need warm market, so these are all cold market people. These are people that I didn't know them 6 months prior. And all of a sudden, I went emerald in February, diamond in March, exactly at my 1 year mark. And going March, April, May, June, I was pushing. July was my biggest month ever, real. I still had some people fall off through the summer, as some people do. It sucks, but it's what happens. Some people get busy through the summer, and you just keep going. Don't let those people affect you, because if people are dropping off and people are quitting and people are leaving your business and they're giving up on themselves, they weren't going to be the ones to go through. Don't let it affect you. You have to develop a hard skin in this business. You have to let things roll off your back and just keep pushing. Just do what you started doing it. Remember why you started. Find that why. If that applies to you, find out what does. Find out what is it about this business that's going to change your life. Because I guarantee if you don't do something different in this business, your life isn't going to change. Nothing's going to happen differently. You're going to be stuck in the same spot that you were before you started this. And you joined us for a reason. So like I said, that takes me to July. This was July of last year. August we had a death in the family, and we had to take a couple weeks away. And I decided, you know what, I've been working my butt off. I'm going to take a couple weeks off. Well, being the person that I am, I have motivation issues, to be honest. And those couple weeks turned into a month, and then 2 months, and then 3 months. And January of last year was my lowest month ever, since I hit diamond, and I lost my diamond. Lost my good bonus, lost my $10,000. It just wasn't coming anymore. So I realized, because I couldn't afford to go to conference that year because I hadn't been working my business. So seeing all these people coming back from conference, you know, but seeing them come back from conference, it really hit me just how much we needed this and just how much we could do with it. I was so excited seeing all these people who were excited. And so I started working my business again. And I pushed and I pushed and I pushed, and I got my diamond back the very next month. Again, I had people who would quit throughout the summer and the fall and the winter. Again, it's just what happens. But when I started pushing myself again, in March, I signed 9 new distributors, 13 new customers, which was pretty dang good for me. I was pretty excited. And then I started seeing people around me who haven't been in the business nearly as long as me, and they were passing me at night. Now, I'm a competitive kind of person. Okay. I let it get me down for a couple of days. I sat on my couch and cried and thought, well, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. What am I going to do? All these other people are making this work, and I'm not. What's wrong with me? And then I decided, you know what? I'm going to be the person that fixes this. I'm not going to be the person that lets this get me down. Because if I quit this, and if I let myself continue down this little spiral that I see myself going down, then I'm going to have to find another job. And I'm going to have to go right back to work and do exactly what I was doing when I started this that I hated doing. So I got back to work. And there have been moments in my business where I have taken a couple months off. And when that happens, my team takes my paycheck drops, their paychecks drop, and it's just no good. Okay? The reason I'm telling you guys all this is because over the course of my 2.5 years, I have had so many opportunities to say, you know what, that's it, I quit. It's just not happening. I'm seeing other people who are going so much faster than me. I'm seeing other people who are really seeing the difference in their paychecks. They're seeing the difference in their families. And I could have just quit. But quitting has never once been an option for me, ever. Even through all of that, through my ups and downs, I have never for a single day thought, I'm gonna quit this. And the reason why is because I know that there are people out there that need this as much as I did, as much as I still do. Out there that are having to leave their babies in daycare. They're having to work to get gas in their car, and it's answer for them. Okay, and of course, because that really spoke to me at the beginning. I do focus a lot on how much I can help people financially. Our products are just help as many people as I possibly can with our products. But when I see somebody struggling the way that I was struggling, you know, where I was living off of and doing a job that I hated and going from negative one paycheck to negative the next paycheck, that's something that people people really need this. This is their answer. Think about all those people that you in, in a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. All of those people, they're not going to get out of this because you gave up yourself, not just giving up on your families. And it's really just not fair to them. I just want to tell you guys that quitting is never, ever. I don't care if you have been to the store, my Walmart, it was gone. I had nobody responding on Facebook. You have nobody telling you yes. You're blitzing your butt off, and every single person is telling you no. Are you ruined? Okay. There are enough people out there that will say yes, that do help. You have a reach to help people. And if you give up, what are they going to do? When you approach that mom that is praying at night, on her knees, crying in front of her kids, because she doesn't know how she's going to put food on the table. She doesn't know how she's going to put clothes on their backs. If you give up, you just gave up on her too. So I have a little poem that I found. Some of you guys may have seen this, and I wanted to read it to you because it really hit me pretty hard. Forgive me when I read out loud, I jumble over my words a lot. Okay, it's called Quit. It says, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns. Every one of us sometimes learns, and many a failure turns about when they might have won had they stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Often the goal is nearer than it seems to be, and faltering man. Often the struggler has given up when he might have captured the victor's cup. And he learned too late when I came down how close success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell how close you are, it may be you and it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your hardest hit. It's when things seem worst that you must not quit. Woo! And you guys really know how close you are to success. Have you guys seen that picture on Facebook where you have two guys that are digging for the diamonds? And one guy gives up and walks away, and he's this close. It's this close. Had he gone just a little bit further, he would have hit the treasure he was looking for. You guys never know when you're going to impact somebody's life, and they're going to be the ones that will change your business. But more importantly, they'll become a huge friend and somebody that you can really lean on in your life. I can tell you, most of the people in my business, some of them I knew years ago, but most of the people in my business, I didn't know before this. And I was that introvert that didn't get out and talk to people. I was too afraid. And had I given up, I wouldn't have this It Works family. And to me, that's more important than anything. My It Works family is closer to me than my blood family. And that's something I'll never, ever, ever give up.
Okay, you guys, I don't know if any of you guys are stalking Facebook at all right now, but we're gonna play you a little something that was just released at Dash.
Can you guys hit the lights real quick too? Oh, wait, hold on. Where's the speaker?
Our hillbilly speaker we have. Honey, we need to invest in this. Sorry, just a second. Oop.
Speak up, Mark. Can't hear you.
Is it? What's going on?
You have volume as high as I can go. Yeah.
Sorry, just for the proof that you don't have to be really smart. You notice my mommy mistake. Okay, check this out, guys.
Apologize for breaking the internet with the idea.
Okay.
First team, first of all, apologize for breaking the internet with the idea. Wasn't that fun? But here it works. We like to take things to a whole nother level. Today we're introducing a new product. A product called Wow. Why? Because it wipes out wrinkles. After 45 seconds, I dare you not to feel it. After 45 more, I dare you not to say wow at the results. Let's try it.
I am going to be the first one to try this wow product, so I'm very excited. So you're going to walk me through it. I'm going to walk you through it. Ready? All right, so you want me to take a picture?
Take your before picture. It's important. We want to make sure everybody can see these incredible results. Take the before picture.
Can I see that? I know it's kind of
Make
dim.
sure you turn your phone onto video.
Okay, I've got it on
Okay.
video.
All right, and let me, before you press play, let me give a little bit on your finger. Okay, now this is wow. Now, you want on this finger, and remember, a little bit goes a long way. So you want to be able to now put your phone back up.
Okay.
You press record, and we want to record those incredible results live on our camera. Now you're going to stroke right underneath the eye,
Okay.
and just pat it right there. Any of those trouble areas, around those crow's feet, around the
That's a good
forehead.
way to clear trouble.
Those trouble areas, we
Yeah.
want to wipe out any of those wrinkles. You don't have very many, so, but,
Yeah. So a few more. Okay.
so now you're going to, there you go, just pat it in. Now remember, less is more. So you want to make sure, if you put too much on, that you may start seeing some residue, some chalky white residue that's there, which can go away right as the day it's
Have you
off.
seen?
I don't see any at all.
Okay.
No, it's perfect.
Oh,
So,
wow.
wow, see?
All right.
Are you
So
starting to feel it?
I'm starting to feel it now.
So-
You said
Can
earlier.
you guys see that?
So, right, you want to stay still,
Okay.
let that kick in. So for this first 45 seconds, you're going to start feeling it.
Okay.
Now, I feel a little bit sooner than 45, but you're going to
I'm
start.
feeling it.
What are you feeling?
I think it feels cool and refreshing. Yeah, I like it. It smells.
Holy crap, you can see it. It is not doing it justice on the screen, you guys.
It's just wow. So
Okay.
as you're going to do it now, right now, we're going to feel the first 45. Now the next 45 is when we're going to start to see it.
Okay.
But the great thing about our It Works Wow is that it is a functional formula. So you're going to see those instant results, but you also are getting long-term benefits underneath it.
Oh.
So we have a proprietary wow complex that helps really deliver those long-term benefits.
I'm trying not to smile.
I know, it's hard. It's hard not to smile.
Because I'm ready to go.
Good thing you practice with your eye there. It is incredible. Take your active picture so everybody can
Okay.
see those incredible results.
See.
Hey, what do you guys think?
Oh, Mark, it's just, it's a wow product.
Who's ready to go diamond with wow?
Yeah.
Wow, he's not- I didn't even know about this stuff.
Wow.
I don't know, but I'm gonna order some right now. Okay, so we're gonna continue on with that. We'll get more information. Literally, I heard about this about 3 minutes ago.
You got an email. Everyone should have gotten an email. No, it's the lipidized new BFF. I'm already posting about it. If you follow me, you can steal it.
I'm still
Okay, sorry, we're gonna continue. Tiffany, yay! Tiffany Gibbons, our diamond, is up next.
Hey, Jenny.
Sorry, I can,
Jenny.
what?
Sandy Durr just put in focus that it's on sale now, $46, 40 cents BB. Anyone can get it. It's available now.
This is gonna be huge, you guys.
It's
If
for
you guys can
pre-sale
do
right
this,
now.
I would definitely be getting it and start handing it out like.
It is not
Available now.
light.
Yes. Sorry, they can't hear you at home if you don't.
Hold on.
Lights.
Okay. Sandy George's Put in Focus. It's on sale now,
It's
$46,
not on the
46
website yet.
TV. Anyone can get it. Available now for existing distributors and customers until the 26th. After the 26th, it's open to everyone in the U.S.
So no new LCs until the 20th.
Let them order the 26th.
Hey!
Don't let 'em get on your Wi-Fi.
Wait, there's
Oh.
more. Energy is now released in Canada. Wait, there's more. Energy is now half the calories and half the sugar. Still great results.
Sorry, today's just
Sorry.
an amazing day.
Sorry, it's a big day. If you guys don't know what Dash is, what is it, the top 150? The top 150? Oh, 75. So this year was the top 75 money earners in the entire company get to go on an all expenses trip with Mark Pentecost. Something to, yeah, I think it's on his island this year. He bought an island.
Don't worry, I'll get there.
Don't worry, we'll get there. Anyways, so you guys, we're gonna keep this rolling, but just be aware that we may be stopping for updates along the way
It's
today.
not yet on your
Where did they find it?
application. So, you are.
On the app? You guys, you can't get on Wi-Fi because we're live streaming. I'm sorry. Sorry. Use your data.
You have to go across the street.
You have to go across the street. Okay.
You don't get to see all the updates.
Go ahead, Tiff. You're on. Woo!
My topic today is accountability. By definition, accountability is the quality or state of being accountable, especially an obligation or willingness to accept responsibility or to account for one's actions. Excuse me. Well, when we face obstacles, we have two choices. We can either play the victim role or we can step up and be accountable. Victims don't see themselves as responsible. You kind of break responsible down, response-able. You just kind of fall into that victim role. Everything's happening to you. There's nothing you can do. You're just going to spiral down. You could take the upward motion and see those obstacles as something as a stepping stone to go to the next level. Victims, they blame others, have personal excuses, and just are willing to wait, just live on hope that it's going to get better. If you're an accountable person, you're going to acknowledge the reality of it, you're going to own it, and you're going to seek out the solutions for it. We need to let go of all the cop-outs if we're going to succeed in this business, in life in general. We have accountabilities that are to ourselves, to our friends, our family, as well as to our business and our downline. Some accountability. So everybody knows about the 6 list, right? So that's kind of a step towards keeping yourself accountable in your business. Those could be anything from personal goals you need to do throughout the day for, like I said, for your family or your business. For me, I'm kind of I got to put it down in writing. If I have a list and I can check things off, that kind of builds a boost in me, and I feel successful for the day. There's going to be days that you have things on your list that you don't get to check off, and keep moving forward. As we grow in this business, the moment you sign a teammate, you're the leader. Therefore, you're going to be accountable and all your actions. Your team's not being responsible, not following through on what you say. They're gonna leave in your shoes and do the same thing. If you're at this point, be accountable, and your business is gonna succeed and grow, and as well as your friendships are gonna become more profound.
Thank you. Okay, next up, we are going to have a little bit of a man's panel here. And we're having problems with them figuring out how to reach us on Skype. What? Well, we're going fast. That's unheard of for us. They're trying to call us. Just go call them really quick. Okay, so while we are trying to get the Skype under wraps here, it's my turn. We've never gone this fast before, you guys. This is kind of a big deal.
It's a big deal.
Huh?
It's a big day.
It's a big day. But stay tuned for the announcements because it's very, very exciting. Okay, you guys, what I am getting ready to talk on today, do you guys need a potty break or anything? There's water. Why don't we have like a 5-minute break that you can be? window, I think that's
He
part of
needs
it.
some light in front of his
You
face,
need
not
light in front
behind
of your
him.
face, not behind your head.
So turn around.
So turn around. Okay.
There's that face we love.
Okay, so, John Pilkington, tell us what you're doing.
The mic.
Right now, I'm sitting out in the ocean, enjoying a little vacation, which I actually got paid by at work. What?
Just turn it.
Well, sit up here.
Okay, sorry.
Right?
There we go. Okay, I don't think I have speak for a minute. We're doing a mic test. Speak.
Check. Number
Yep, check, 1, 2. Okay,
3.
this is the dudes panel. So dudes panel, you guys, there are a lot more men coming into this business and they need to know how it fits in with their lives. Okay, and as women, we do not need to be afraid to approach a man just because they might not want to wrap a bunch of women. There's dudes that want to wrap too, and let's face it, this WOW product, guys are just as vain as we are. So, did you guys see that, Don?
Do I?
Did you guys see the WOW video on my Facebook page yet?
Yeah, I'm gonna need it because I'm having a grandbaby.
That's Tennessee, for those of you who don't know. Don, can you just give us a man's perspective on this business and what you're doing to grow your business?
Well, I don't know about just a man's side of it, but I think just being a guy, the biggest thing is not being scared to go ask people. I think a lot of guys get embarrassed or don't want to ask other guys, hey, do you want to rap? And so, most of the time I talk to somebody, I leave in, have you ever heard of It Works? And then you talk about more, you see what they want, what they need, and then, most guys will end up rapping. I don't care who they are. I mean, they do it in their no one know them, but they're going to end up rapping, right? I rap. I know Jeff rap. We're all going to end up rapping because, believe it or not, guys are very vain. I think we're worse than women most of the time.
True that.
So just on that, I think no matter what you do, just share the business and be part of the product. You know what I mean? And one thing we have to notice that, I don't know if can you see what I'm wearing? So it doesn't say anything about it, but it's green, it's black. We bought it cheap at Walmart, but we also have a lanyard. You know what I mean? And you have to wear colors. We was driving here, we stopped and got gas, and the tenant, we weren't gonna blitz, we were just worried about getting to the coast and getting it right. And she goes, oh, that's that It Works stuff. And that she blitzed us, we didn't blitz her. So just, for guys out there that don't want to talk to people, just, wear your colors. People are gonna ask. I think that's the simplest thing. People are gonna ask you, if it's on your car, if you're wearing a costume, that don't go nowhere out in the public without green on, right? That's why you my picture, got my way.
I wanted to give you something pretty to look at.
There you go. Nice hat, brother.
There you go.
So, just on, I think a lot of guys are just scared. You just can't be scared. I mean, your worst enemy, and I think that's what we all do. We're scared of ourselves. And something else I'm just thinking about. If you're married, you can't get jealous of your man talking to another woman, right? Because we're there to build a business. We're not out scamming women, That's the best part about this business. We get to talk to everybody. It don't matter who you are. So I think a lot of women are scared that their man is going to be like hitting on some other women, but it's not true, As long as we do it right and treat it right, we're just building a business.
Pimp them men, pimp them out.
Okay, so what kind of a mindset do you wake up with every day when it's I mean, just to get into the day with your business and all that?
My mindset, when I wake up, I'm just happy to be alive. That's my mindset every morning. You know, you just gotta get excited about the day. And then with that mindset, I'm not one to be afraid to go talk to people for one. So you just gotta get in that mindset of, you know, I'm here, it's a new day, I'm awake, God bless that, and then let's go talk to some people, right? I mean, it's honestly, it is that simple. When I talk to people about it, they're like, well, you know, can I do this, or I don't wanna sell something. I mean, honestly, we're not selling nothing. We're just sharing a story, sharing our life, and that's it. And the more people we can touch, the better off everybody's gonna be. And I think that's the mindset everyone needs to be in. Make sense?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. We really wanted to spotlight Don, you guys. Don is, for those of you who haven't had the pleasure of getting to know Don yet, he is one of the most inspirational men I've ever come in contact with. He always has his game face on. He always has a smile on. And the man, if you are with him, you better have your Blitz cards like on tap because he is sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. And he will out-blitz you any day of the week. And what I love about this is he's absolutely fearless. So, Don, really quick, give us your best couple of minutes. Can you hear me? Give us your best couple of minutes of just full-on inspiration. Give us your heart real quick.
I don't have an inspiration right now.
I'm totally putting you on the spot. Do it anyway.
I know you put my spot now. I don't know what to say.
From
what's
the
a
heart.
good inspirational thing? I don't know what that was now. Tennessee's talking to me in my ear behind me.
Oh, we can hear her.
Oh, you put me on the spot now, girl. I don't know what's inspirational. I don't know.
What has It Works done for you in your life that you would have never been able to do before?
Well, can you see this right here? Is that?
Yeah.
Woo!
You know, honestly, what It Works has done for me though is, honestly, it's relaxed me. So if you had known me prior to this, I mean, I'm kind of always an easygoing person, but heck, I listen to Joel Osteen, right? Religious guy, love the guy, he's a good motivational speaker, and I wouldn't have listened to that before. So I'm just calmer, more relaxed than I was before, and believe in a higher power right now, and a little happier.
Yeah.
I've always been happy, but I'm like, pretty happy now.
It's a God thing, man.
Did you hear that?
What?
It's a God
No.
thing.
Oh, I heard that.
Okay. Well, you guys, we really, really appreciate. Do you have something else to say? We really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your vacation to come play with us for a little bit today. And you guys have flat out earned some time away and some vacation time. So you guys just go enjoy yourselves and blitz the coast.
All right.
Okay, we love you guys. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
What? Wait, just so everybody knows, I am so illiterate when it comes to electronics.
Oh my gosh. No, not right now. I'm so happy you're here. Okay, another man of It Works just showed up. He was out helping stranded friends all night last night and almost didn't make it. I'm like, here he is. Okay, you guys. So, I'm not gonna lie. Today, this whole week has been very emotional for me. But I want you guys to notice that we're here. I think the biggest part of leadership is showing up. And it would have been really easy for me to stay in bed today. Today marks our 4th anniversary of of losing our baby Emma. And when we started planning this, I knew exactly what day it was falling on. But I also knew that if we pushed through and I didn't stay in bed, that really amazing things were bound to happen today. And look at all of you guys showing up here crazy and excited to be here and loving on each other, because that's what this is all about. You guys will hear me say it time and time again, that this is so much bigger than just a crazy wrap and some supplements. I feel like this is our baby. I don't know how to explain it any more than that. When we lost her, and if I would have looked at it, first off, we would have never found it. Second off, this became my child that I felt like I was raising, our team. And if I had a brand new baby at that time, I wouldn't have been able to get the focus that we needed to our team to grow and help all of these people. This is totally going off topic of what I plan on talking about today.
Talk about what's in your heart. So.
I didn't want to cry my makeup off today because I was really excited about my green eyeshadow. Sorry. I have mascara and green eyeshadow in my mouth.
You guys have to start doing tissues underneath.
So, just with that, it was, I just want everyone to know that even though we do all have tragedies in our life, there's always something good that comes out of it. You need to learn to look that there's a silver lining to everything. I don't care what has happened in your life. There's something good that comes out of it. And the good that came out of ours, if we hadn't lost Emma, Jenny wouldn't have been so sick. And I'm not sure that she would have been introduced to the greens or searching for anything to help. And so it's one of those things where I thank God every day that I don't have to worry about her on this earth and all the bad stuff that goes on down here. She's safe. And I know she is sitting right here on our shoulders right now today, helping us give the best presentation we can. And she's just our angel that's with us forever now.
I hope you guys know that every leader in here gives their heart and soul every time they walk in this room, every time they walk into a presentation, and every time we work with any of you. And that's really what leadership is all about. And I hope that you guys are willing to do that for your teams as well, because if you are willing to do that, your team will grow and grow and grow. And the money side of it doesn't matter, you guys. The money will come as a side effect of being helpful and being a part of other people's lives and bringing them up when this world, all it wants to do is really just knock them down. There's tons and tons of people who you walk out this door and are willing to tell you that you're crazy and willing to tell you that you have no idea what's going on and you're a fool and whatever. But you come here to something like this and you're able to get the good juju. Okay? I did take some notes. I've already blown them. But you guys, leadership is a never-ending cycle. If you guys think for 1 second that I am up here and Jeff is up here just because we have a triple diamond next to our name, you're completely wrong. Leadership is a constant, I don't want to say battle, what's my word, but it's a constant
Uphill struggle, but the views are the views at the top.
it's an uphill struggle, but the view's amazing at the top. Exactly. And it really is an ongoing journey that is never going to go away from your life now. You guys have officially seen too much. You can't unsee what you've seen now, you know? And I had a lady actually tell me once, how dare you not share this with somebody? How dare you keep this to yourself? How dare you not go change another life? That was like, oh, I've been really selfish because I was too afraid to handle it. Also, you have to realize that you're now in the public eye. Okay, you guys are splashed all over Facebook, and your friends list is growing, and people are watching you. Some are you to see if you're gonna fail, because they want to be right. Are we going to let them win? No. Not no, but hell no. Okay, you guys deserve this life. You guys deserve all your bills, food on the table, your kids happy and healthy. You deserve it too. Part of being a leader is being in the trenches with your team. Don't you ever get too big for your britches and think that I don't have to worry about this. Everybody else is growing. We'll let them dig. Never, never. Think of a general in the army. Is he out there with his troops?
He's at the front.
You bet he is.
He's the first one on the field and the last one off, always.
You bet he is. Because that's a true leader. A true leader doesn't say, go and do, they say, let's go. Every day. And this morning, when I really didn't want to get out from under the sheets, it was a let's go moment for me. Because I knew that if I let Satan win today, it was just going to drag me down further. Okay? Take yourself off of the table. And what I mean by that, I don't mean that you're not important. You're important. Take care of yourself. But guess what? Your growth doesn't matter. Your team's growth matters. And when you put your team first, huge things are going to happen for you guys. I'll admit it. I'll be the first one to admit it. Our Thursday night team call, like, oh, I hate getting up and doing the team call. It's my weakness. I'm working on it. But I do it every week, and I have others helping all the time. You'll notice because they need to be a part of the leadership as well. But I'm there every week, and you guys should be there too. Okay. I have a poem, and actually, I was going to read the one that Tariana just read. But luckily, I printed off 2 of them. Okay. It's called A Leader. I went on a search to become a leader. I searched high and low. I spoke with authority. People listened. Alas, there was no one who was wiser than I, and they followed that person. I sought to inspire confidence, and the crowd responded. Why should I trust you? I postured and I assumed the look of leadership with countenance that flowed with confidence and pride, and many passed me by and did not notice my air of elegance. I ran ahead of the others and pointed the way to new heights. I showed that I knew the route to greatness, and then looked back and discovered I was alone. What shall I do? I queried. I've tried hard and I've used all that I knew. I sat down and pondered, and then I listened to the voices around me. I heard what the group was trying to accomplish. I rolled up my sleeves and joined in the work. As we worked, I asked, are we all together in what we want to do and how to get the job done? And we fought together, and we fought together, and we struggled toward our goal. I found myself encouraging the faint-hearted. I sought ideas of those too shy to speak out. I taught those who had little skill. I praised those who worked hard. When our task was completed, one of the group turned to me and said, "This would not have been done but for your leadership." At first, I said, "I didn't lead, I just worked with the rest." And then I understood. Leadership is not a goal. It is a way of reaching a goal. I lead best when I help others to go where we've decided to go. I lead best when I help others to use themselves creatively. I lead best when I forget about myself as a leader and focus on my group, their needs and their goals. To lead is to serve, to give, and to achieve together. You must have, I heard it put best many, many years ago, you must have a servant's heart in this business. You must be willing to forget yourself a little bit, to take care of your team, to take care of those around you. And you guys, like I said, the money doesn't matter. It will come if you do those things. And you take care of the people that you've brought into this business who are trusting you to do that. Yes. Can I ask you a question? Maybe.
You were a little one, about 4. What can't mean?
I didn't try hard enough.
It was never, ever allowed in our house. The kids did not know what mean or can't. What's can't mean? Well, I'd say to them, what's can't mean, honey? I'm not trying hard enough. Go on. That's right. Keep going.
Yeah, absolutely. So get your game faces on, you guys. We have a big world to change. The heavy load, but somebody's got to do it. Okay. I think. Okay, Justine and Holly. And then this is really weird for us, you guys. We've never ran under time, so I'm hoping we have a really spectacular speaker coming in here shortly. So bear with us if she's not quite here when you guys are done.
Q&A.
What? Oh, yeah, we can do that. We can make sure.
Probably wrote notes.
I think, well, there's 3 sentences. Okay, so hi everybody, I'm Justine. For those of you who don't know me, we are going to talk about something really rad, right? I just have a question first. Who's wondering why we haven't covered steps to success, or blitzing, or building your business, or stuff like that? Anybody? Okay. I'm going to tie everything that we've talked about all together for you right now, okay? It doesn't matter what kind of product you have. It doesn't matter what kind of business you have. It doesn't matter if you have a chunk of gold in your hand, because you don't believe in yourself, right? So today, I really want you guys to understand that your self-development and your personal growth is going to speak louder than anything that you can do, okay? We talked about accountability, we talked about Instagram a little bit, but confidence comes into Instagram as well. We've talked about playing the victim, we've talked about all of that. But what I want you guys to know, the reason that I'm standing where I am today is because I've come farther personally than I have, business-wise, if that makes any sense. Before I started this business, I was the most negative, bitchy person you've ever met. Sorry about the language, but it is so true. I hated my job, I hated my life, my family hated me in my mind. I was the black sheep. I was the one who wasn't good enough. I was the one who had babies before I got married. I was the one that screwed up and dropped out of school. I was
I was that person. Somewhere along the way, my sister looked at me and she said, you know what, I'm proud of you. I was like, what? Really? You don't hate me? She was like, no. I hated myself. Because I hated myself, I pushed every way away. I pushed every opportunity away of success that I had. I pushed everything. I was self-sabotaging every day. So, the secret to building your business, the secret to freedom, the secret to being successful, it starts in here. Okay? It really, really starts in here. If you can wake up today and say one nice thing, even if it's, my hair looks good today, I have pretty eyes, I woke up before my alarm clock, I have a to-do list, whatever it is, if you can start being proud of yourself on some level every day, it's going to start digging you out of that self-sabotage hole. Okay? There are several different ways that you can do self-development. One of them is just talking to yourself nice. If you can't talk to yourself nice, compliment somebody else because that's going to make you feel good in here. Okay? The more you can smile, the more you can feel good in here, the more it's going to attract people to you. Because of the changes that I've gone through, if you'll notice some of the posts on my Facebook, like when I take a selfie or something, there will always be somebody on there from way far in their past. It'll be like, girl, your eyes are sparkling. Girl, your smile, it's so pretty. It's because they never saw that side of me before. Okay? I read books. Actually, I lied. I'm sorry. I lied, I don't read. I listen to books. I listen to books on Audible. If you guys have heard of that app, it's really fabulous because I tend to pile way too much on my plate all at the same time. I try to accomplish everything all at once. So I can drive to where I'm going or where I'm late for and listen to Audible. I like You Are a Badass is a great book. Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins is a great book. There are several out there. If nothing else, you can start there. You can start with a video on YouTube. You can start by, this is gonna sound really cheesy, that I hide in my house, that maybe guests don't see when they come over, but if I open a certain cupboard in my kitchen, there'll be a post-it note that says, you are enough. Or today somebody loves you, or you're doing it, or keep going, or just like little notes like that, and it helps. Nicole gave us an I Am app that you can put on your phone that'll randomly, you guys, any little thing good about Blitz cards will work better with your emotional. Those Blitz cards will work better if you can smile. People are willing to even more if you first. Because when you compliment them, you feel very accepted. That's why the training is to there's a million YouTube videos. Business is out there if you go get it. But in order, I think, for you guys to want to go get it, it has to start here. It really does. If you have questions on self-development, please get with me. Like, let's talk. We'll figure out a plan for you. Holly is actually going to give you. I am really great at ideas. I have really big ones, but I sometimes miss the little like action steps that go with it. Like I want to jump from here to here. So we're working on that. So Holly is going to talk to you guys about how to get from where you are to the place that is where we want you to be.
Are you ready? ready for this?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I'll go through.
Okay, before I go
You guys
into
hit
these
the light.
actual steps, I kind of want to tell you, I was like Justine. I didn't love myself. I was told my entire life I wasn't worthy. I never had women in my life who looked up to me or who wanted to be a part of my life because I didn't like women. I know it sounds crazy, but it was something about women in general that, from my past, I was just tainted. I didn't realize there were women out there that could empower you, would uplift you, or that would love you. Self-development has been huge in my business. People from when I started, I was always positive on Facebook before I started. Within about 6 months before I started a transformation on my Facebook. I would always find a silver lining. People would tell me that I was always positive, but I truly didn't believe it until this business. I didn't believe that there was good out there. I didn't believe in myself. I never looked to myself as a leader. I didn't think that I was an inspiration. And I didn't think I was worthy to follow. But you know what, guys? After tons of self-development, I know I am. And that's why my business has grown. And that's why people want to be on my team. It's because I love me. And I love being able to give belief to others. I never had that. So giving out that belief is what's going to be important. So you have to learn it in order to give it. So when me and Justine went to an Amber Parker training, and if you don't know Amber Parker, you want to know her. I promise you want to know her. Her presence just is amazing. Just being there and feeling her energy, she could not even say a word, and I would feel a million times better. And so she and her husband have done a lot of self-development. They put in a plan of action for that self-development, and I actually tested it out all week. And I'll tell you, there's some days that I slept because there are those days that I don't want to get out of bed. Kind of when your IM statement's human. But she said, if you don't schedule your time, the devil will. And those are the days that you want to stay in bed. It's because the devil's planned your time. He's in your head. He is making those choices for you. He's telling you you're not worthy. So plan your time so the devil doesn't. This is the core 4, and basically every Sunday before the week starts, I'm going to take 30 minutes to an hour to plan my week. And my week is going to consist of body, balance, being, and business. For every section, you can get half a point per thing that you do. You want to add up to 4 points. So for your goals, every Sunday you're going to plan out specific measurable goals. You're going to be extremely specific with what you're going to do in each category. That way it's already planned out. You know what you're going to go do and you know how to do it. For body, it's like fitness and nutrition. So for me, I'm really terrible about fitness. I don't go to the gym, I don't do that. So for me, it's, it sounds silly, but it's actually getting out of bed and doing something. Whether it be go walk around the mall or just be up. And for me, it's also, I'm going to drink my greens every day, and I'm going to make sure that I eat 3 times a day and I drink my water. Because if you are not nourished and you don't have everything your body needs, you're not going to be able to give it up to everybody else too. So you need that energy. For balance, it's all about relationships. I mean, each each day or the same relationship every day. It's about strengthening relationships in your life. And they do Amber and her husband do it now. It's also love languages. I don't know if you guys know what their love languages are, but if you also look it up online because they're really important.
The way that I know that I feel loved is gonna be different than the way Justine feels loved. Sometimes you give out the love language you feel best, but it's not always, they may not reciprocate the way you do. So I know for Justine, it's gonna be, I'm gonna make sure that I hug Justine because she feels loved when she is touched. And she usually will make sure she touches your back or whatever to make you feel loved because that's how she receives it. So studying those love languages is huge. And so you're going to write in your core 4 how you're going to strengthen that relationship. Whether it's, I'm going to make sure I hug Justine today. I'm going to make sure that I spend quality time with Ashton today. It's going to say a date night, or we're going to go to walkthroughs today. So it's however you're going to be strengthening that relationship. It's written on your day for that day, and it's every single day you're strengthening the relationship. Does that make sense? Okay. And then, sorry, my notes got lost. So for being is like how you're going to connect with your inner self and your higher power. So it's going to be studying or praying or meditating or however you get grounded and how you get yourself together. So for me, mine is really just focusing on my relationship with God, doing some devotions, praying, and teaching others about that. So if I know of somebody that may be needing some extra encouragement, just send them a text saying, hey, I read this devotion, and sharing it with the world. Or whatever your higher power may be, but it's what it's going to get you connected to your higher power. And in the book, she talks really highly of having a higher power, whether it's the universe or God. It's having a higher power is going to help you feel connected. And then business. So for me, I really put in a plan of action for my business because once I've done my body being in balance, I'm feeling great about myself. It only takes, a half an hour a day to focus on those things, and then my business I can shoot in. Some people call it power hour. Some people call it power hour. So first thing in the morning, I wake up, I do my body being balanced, and then my business. So some days I'll make a video for my team or reach out to 3 teammates that may be needing some encouragement, following up, but really being specific of how you're going to build your balance or build your business now that you feel a balance and you feel better and you've done your self-development for the day. And then every day you're just going to try to get all 4 of those in and make sure that, like in your business, I know we talked about 6 lists. Sometimes your 6 list could be part of that business section. But this is kind of off topic, but another thing that Amber Parker said was don't decrease your goals, increase your efforts. So in order to reach your goals, if you have your core 4 written out, you should be able to reach those goals because you've already set in an action plan to reach them every single day. So that's kind of how core 4 works. Does anybody have questions about the core 4 or how to do it, or?
Can you post that on the team pages so that we can, because we just can't see it very well.
Yeah, it is harder to see. And your core 4 is going to be absolutely different from anybody else's core 4. So it doesn't have to look like this, but it's kind of just a good layout of what it should look like. The body being balanced and business should be the 4 sections though every time because it will help you in all areas of your life. So.
Hey guys, I just want to add one more thing because in the beginning stages of my business, I took off and I ran hard, really hard, and that was the only thing that I focused on. Like, I didn't care. I didn't care if my boyfriend was mad at me. I didn't care if my kids were saying, you don't ever pay attention to me, blah, blah, blah. Like, so I really think that the relationship part of this core 4 is huge. I know that we get that first little taste of success and we want more. We want a lot more. But we have to make sure that we're also taking time to turn off our phones for 20 minutes and eat dinner with our kids. Or take our boyfriend on a date, or our husband, or whatever it is. Make sure that relationships are important, because you don't want your family to fall apart in the process of becoming successful, because that's only going to create setbacks too.
It's true too, because guys, what I did for me is on my dream board, it says I want to be single till I'm an ambassador. And when she says that, like, it hits me hard, because I'm not willing to have a balance in my life, because I would rather be successful. So there's something still deep down inside of me that I need to fix to change that thinking, because there should be a balance. There shouldn't be a reason for me to have to stay single till ambassador. It shouldn't be on my dream board. So it's kind of a good little tidbit for you. Kimberly just probably went through that something. Not today. Okay.
I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, it's.
I respect any of you that have 3 or 4 kids, since I would get my ass kicked.
She is in full on Grammy mode this weekend. But she's still here. She's still here. Okay, you guys, can you pop out and see if Wendy Alexander is made it in yet? She's supposed to be here about. I'm so proud. I am jealous. This is unheard of, you guys. I don't think you even understand. So really quick, yes, go ahead.
Justine mentioned the I Am app, and I've seen that, but I don't know what it is. What is it called?
So it's called I Am. It's for iPhone only.
Another one for Android.
What's it called again?
Give me just a second, I'll find it for you.
It's just called Affirmation.
Yeah.
Affirmation.
And it's a little heart icon, and it doesn't give you reminders, like it doesn't automatically pop up like I Am does, but you open it up and you just tap the screen and it gives you a new one. And if you tap and hold, it'll save it to your device and then give you the option to share.
Cool.
So those are the ones I've been posting. And I've gotten so many people sharing mine. So not only just people liking it or commenting on it, they'll actually share it directly from my page. And so other people that are following them are seeing that for me. So that's everything.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, so she's not quite here yet, so we're gonna do what we do best and fly by the seat of our pants.
Do we do Q&As?
Yeah, actually, I have a couple people in the audience that I would like to come up and bust out their why really quickly.
Yes.
First, I would like Roy Bound. Hi, Claire. What? So you guys, a little bit of background on Roy, and I am totally putting him on the spot right now.
Oh.
Whoa, look at his bad day outfit today. So, Roy has been a part of my life since I was 5.
Yeah.
He was the best babysitter ever in the entire universe. He helped make cookies, but my mom loved him, but it was all cleaned up and took home. So,
Sorry,
Mom. You can deal with the tummy aches tomorrow. So Roy has been a part of this business for, and I'll let him take it away, you know.
Yeah. I started, it was towards the end of May, and I really didn't know what I was getting into, really, but one thing is that I can say is that when I saw you my heart really goes out today. Because today is a good day. And Holly, where did you go?
Right here.
Hi, beautiful.
Hi.
So when you were sitting here talking about that, because I actually wasn't going to be here today. And I had a really rough night last night dealing with a bunch of drunk people. Home, and you know, they're safe, and I got them home, and I got up this morning, and I only had maybe 2.5 hours of sleep, and I was just like, I cannot do this. I sent this great big huge letter to Ginny Bell.
I read it, but I didn't
I'm
respond
not-
because I still was holding on to the belief
I'm
that
not
he'd show up.
kidding, and I literally was laying there in my bed, and I was like, screw this. You know what? If I'm going to create my business, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it now. So, I'm not kidding you. All of you who post those beautiful things on Facebook, Christine, Desi, those are things that really come. Tiffany, you know, just those beautiful things. You, Nicole. I've made so many beautiful friends that I never thought I would ever could possibly imagine. And when I was laying there, I was like, you know what? I'm like kind of like Jeff a little bit because I can do this. And I got my ass out of bed, and that's when I sent you that text message. I'm like, screw that. No more whining, no more piss shit, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm coming. I'm going to be late. I'm going to be there. So I got in the shower and got ready, and I was like, what am I going to do for an outfit? So that's just kind of, and I just, you know, I was gonna post my why, and I have been taken and retaken and retaken and retaken and retaken, and I have no idea where I'm going with this. But I want to just actually, it's just feeling to me right now that I just want to tell you. I want to tell you my why. And my mom, you know, she's been a pill popper, she's been sick, and it's amazing when you look at a product that gives you your life back. When I get to see my mom, instead of being this drugged up woman that's just laying there all day long and she's taking pill after pill after pill after pill, and she just cannot get a grip in reality. And then when you have something that the greens, when she took that on her 6th day, she slept all night long, no migraines. So when it's not just about, you know, that crazy rap thing you like to say. It's so much more than that. When everybody says, you know, this is life-changing, you will never know that it is life-changing unless you decide that you try it. Because it's the what if this beautiful thing was going to happen, but you would never know because you never tried it. So my whole life is changing. And when I was here that Thursday night, it was 3 weeks ago yesterday, I had a little bit of an experience that I don't really want to talk about right now because that's really personal, but I did a lot of self-reflection, and when you self-reflect, and that's when it goes to, Justine, when you're talking about, when you open that cupboard door, you are perfect. Those little things that you can put into your life on a daily basis to make yourself feel like you do know yourself inside. And then you can go out and share with everybody. How dare you keep this from people? Because when you feel as good as what you do inside, me personally, being sober now for the last 2 years, a little bit. So, I never had a clear brain. My brain was just kind of foggy and hazy. It felt good, but my brain just wasn't clear. And then my third day on the greens, it was just like I had electrical zapping right to my brain. And my brain just, it was so clear. And I took my glasses and I'm looking around at in my work because I was getting ready to log in on the computer. And I'm just like, something is happening to me right now. And that's my new addiction.
Yeah.
So when I got up this morning, I was like, because I sent you that self-pity for me text message, and I was like, screw it, I'm going. I got up and I took my greens. I drank 2 energy drinks before I got here. So I don't know what else you want me to.
Perfect. Perfect.
You're awesome. Need to post that video.
Yeah, that's what I was recording. I didn't. Okay. Ugh, I know, he has this effect on people.
Okay, you guys, I have one more person that I kind of want to pull up really quickly, and this is kind of putting her on the spot as well. I'm kind of good at that. So next time you guys come to trainings, just ask me. So this sweet girl has been one of my dear friends for a lot of years. I'm not going to say how old I am. But she truly has one of the biggest hearts I've ever known in my entire life. And she has gone through life having it all stripped away from her and regaining it. And so I know that she has something to say. So, Jolie.
You got this, Mama. All right, I wasn't talking.
I do have rolls of toilet paper, but apparently Kleenex is like totally over my head.
First of all, I don't want to make it one.
Yeah!
Because I got my first thing of the toner and the repairage and stuff, and I use that this morning. Like, I don't need anything, so I don't need makeup.
Beautiful. Don't eat it.
Yes, I have known Jenny since high school. We both ended up in Fruitland, and we were the outsiders. She was from Montana, I was from Oregon. We're like, we're gonna rock this place.
And we did.
And we did. So we were on the dance team together, and Terrion was a part of that, along with soccer and fun and everything else. This is how I start every one of my presentations. How I was introduced to this business was with my best friend from high school. We go through things in life, lots of trauma, lots of abuse, 10 years of bad relationships, okay? And we get away from the people that were meant to be in our lives and that inspire us. And so at that particular time, everything had come crashing down. A lot of people, I'm gonna say something I've never shared with any of my friends on Facebook, never shared with anyone here, but we both know what it's like to lose a child. And there's no pain in this world than losing your first baby. You can never get that back. I wasn't expecting to say that. I try to keep that to myself, but we've just had so many similar situations separately. Our lives were meant to come back together. So here, I don't know how I'm going to put this all together, but okay. So at this time, I had lost everything. 2 years ago, I got a DUI. So In Mount Airy County, that means you go to jail, mandatory 30 days. It's not Idaho people, okay? They don't mess around in Oregon. So I went to jail, lost my car, lost my job, lost my house, lost everything, making 60, 70,000 a year. And then my house burnt down. So even more crap was coming down. For 2 years, Ginny tried to get me into this business. And I was like, no, I don't want any part of the company that says you can put a wrap on it and fix it. I mean, we're taught from the time we're young that, you know, exercise and eat right and do everything right, not a wrap. So I was very skeptical for 2 years about that. And at this point, I got so sick, I was so depressed, you know, living in a rental while my house was being rebuilt. And I got mono. So last Christmas, I went Christmas shopping with my niece and Starbucks and, you know, chopstick, and next thing I know, I'm sick. 2 rounds of antibiotics, I thought I had strep. They said I had mono. Nothing's helping, and Ginny's like, Jolie, you have to try these. I'm like, okay, I'll try it. So she came over, and 1 day on the greens was better than 20 days on antibiotics. I woke up, I had the energy. I heard her story, everybody knows. And from that point on, I've grown my business just with those greens. It's my #1 favorite product. I love it. Eventually, I lost 24 pounds that month. Woo! My first month on the greens. I eliminated my pop, I eliminated my Rockstar, and I took that leap of faith because she said, no more. I even took a Rockstar to my first, like, boob, and she's like, put that away. Anyway, so, you know, I've had a lot of self-doubt. I've had a lot of things happen. One of my passions for this business is I did sales and marketing for 10 years. I worked for Sprint at 22, managed 3 stores, got my degree, came back and worked for another company, internet truck stop, for 5 years, built my business, first salesperson, trained the entire sales team, you know, started a whole business on my own, put $5 million in trust in the U.S. Bank in Ontario, sold $575,000 bonds. The very next month, my position was eliminated. And that was the day I said I would never sell for another company again. I would never take a job, climbing that corporate ladder, putting millions in another man's bank account ever again. And for a year, instead of going on unemployment, I refused to be on unemployment. I got a job making $7.25 an hour at the local Shell station in Fruitland, about how much I made in high school. But I refused to take another sales job, and I was just happy to be home with my kids and my boys. And that whole year, I prayed every day. I prayed. I wanted to find something that would allow me to be at home with my boys. To be honest, I was a little bit jealous of all my friends who did the great Mormon thing, got married in the temple, and had their families, and they're just doing so great. And, you know, I don't have a man to take care of me. I never had a man to take care of me. You know? I always did it on my own. And this time I'm like refusing to get a job that I qualified for just because I'm not going to do it for someone else. Anyways, at that time, I knew that this was meant to be. And I guess that brings me to my why. And that's my voice. We've been through so much. They strengthen me. They're stronger than me. I mean, I love every minute I can have with them, living through them again now on the football team and, you know, singing and playing piano. I get to do it all over again. But I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of being, you know, having nothing. And so every day, every night I pray with them. I sing to them. We look at our dream board, you know, we make it bigger and better. And I know that this was the answer to my prayers. I absolutely know, without a shadow of a doubt, with all my heart, that, you know, this is that business. And it's not about selling. Actually, if you're selling, you're doing it wrong. And it was hard for me. My business didn't grow because I'm so used to doing sales. You know, so I'm doing everything like a sales thing. And pretty much, we'll just say, epic fail. Like on everyone I talked to, I was just kind of throwing up on them, and, you know, not saying the right thing, you know,
pre-rehearsed sales call kind of thing. I don't know. That's just what I'm used to. But when Barry came last month, his words still go over in my mind every day. Some of the things that Jenny said and Holly said just never left my mind. And I read it, I reread it. That's why I write so many notes, so I can share with my other team members that aren't here. But if it's about money, you're not in it for the right reasons. It's about changing lives. It's about changing your life. And this has changed my life. I've had more hope and joy in, this last year. It hasn't quite been a year than any other time in my life for the last 10 years. And I refuse to do a video because of this reason. Hopefully it sounds okay. I don't know. But I know that anybody who joins this, if they can, put their nose to the grind, if they can put on their running shoes, like Jenny says, if they can have a little hope and have a little bit of faith, they can make their dreams come true. You can make your dreams come true. If I can do it, pretty much anyone can. So I'm just so grateful that I finally didn't cancel an appointment. Finally let her come over and share this with me because I'm just so grateful. Thank you.
Okay, you guys, we are going to do, until Ms. Wendy gets here, you're going to do a little Q&A session. So, everybody get up here because everybody. Yeah, you too.
Yes.
Okay, so we want to make sure that you guys are walking away today, not only with inspiration, but education, I guess. Oh, we need to squeeze.
Sweet up.
Okay, so you guys, it's open floor right now. We want to know what you guys have. What you have questions on, what you need help with. No questions? Everybody's business is rocking along exactly like they'd like it to, day in and day out.
Okay, I'll throw one. I asked Holly. I'm not from here. I'm from a very small mountain town in Northern California. I've been here for a few years now, and it's been kind of hard for me. I'm finding it a little easier when I go into Meridian and Boise, finding people that want to talk to me. But Caldwell, Milton, a lot of people are kind of shy towards me because probably because of the way that I look and don't look like I'm that approachable. Yeah.
You just fashion that smile, girlfriend.
Yeah. But I'm having a hard time finding people that are interested. And even the people that I do find that are interested, following through with them. I'll contact them the next day or maybe a couple days later and see, well, do you still want to order? How are you feeling about the products? Have you changed your mind? And then still nothing. So I did sell a wrap the other day, so I was really happy about that.
Yeah. So what do you like to do?
Well, I really like going forward buying. Like I'm a mountain girl. I like camping and stuff like that. I love music.
So where or how do you meet people that have the same interests that like to go do this?
Well, see, and that's an issue for me, is I really haven't.
Okay, so, and that's fine, like, we just need to explore some options to see.
here.
Yeah. For real, like, because there are a ton of people out there. You guys, I don't necessarily hand out blitz cards every day, but I'll tell you what, if a random stranger calls me and says, hey, Justine, can you play softball tonight at 6:30? And I'm like, yep. I might not know anybody on the team, but I go because I make new friends, I add them to Facebook, and eventually we end up talking about the wraps. It comes up, So I find that I try to go to some of the networking meetings where you get to wear like nice things, and pretty shoes and try to be professional and stuff. That doesn't work for me. I didn't make any friends there, okay? So I had to figure out how I was gonna make this business work in a lifestyle that was enjoyable to me. And I've done that through softball, through basketball, through being an idiot sometimes with friends. Like, so my suggestion to you is really just find people with like minds that like to go do the things that you like to do. Cassie doesn't look redneck today, but this girl, let me tell you.
No, I'm not. So I live in Emmett. I don't know if you know where that's at. It's a long ways away. It seems like it because I drive it all the time. So I'm from a small town, but going to like Middleton, Caldwell area, I went to school in Caldwell. So do you hang out there? Do you know anybody there?
Not really. I went, I just had a baby like 3 months ago, so I took some time off. But I was in cosmetology school, and that's pretty much how I met most people that I do know. I was in a really bad marriage when I first moved up here, and then so going through the hell of the divorce and custody battle and whatnot. I kind of reclused myself part of it, and so school brought that back out. And now I'm in a great relationship. I have 2 wonderful stepkids, and they're part of my life. And I'm reaching out, but it's still difficult. I'm not giving up though. Like selling the wrap made me feel really good about myself, and thinking that I need to stay positive and not. Nothing comes easy in life, you know. That's worth having.
Yeah. So my input is with Emmett, like I have half of Emmett under me right now. I knew one person. Okay, my son used to rodeo. He used to ride steers. He gave it up this year, sadly. But I knew one person out there, and I just met him in the rodeo world. Okay, he strapped my kid down every day. We became really good friends. Conveniently, I went to Kansas and came back, and obviously I'm 1,200 miles away. I didn't have a house planned, so I stayed with him for a couple months. Ran into all his friends, became really good friends with all of them, and now a bunch of them, including my neighbor, including him, are all Lightworks distributors. So it's just one person can make the biggest difference. Huge.
Not only that,
Relationship with somebody.
Right. But not only that too, sometimes when we feel like we're unapproachable, guess what?
It's in your head. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Beautiful, darling. Just step out there and own it, and people will come to you. For real.
Absolutely. That's what I was going to say, because I'm unapproachable. You would never know. But in my head, I feel I'm unapproachable because I don't like being approached for one, because it scares the shit out of me. But it's all in my head, guys. If people don't come up to you in public and they don't ask about your purse or your lips card or whatever, it's because in your head, when you're scared and you're seeing that you're unapproachable, you think you're unapproachable.
I just wanted to touch on the, trying to build those relationships with people that have the same interests as you. I was a stay-at-home mom for 4 years. Didn't ever venture out of the house. In my first marriage, I never went anywhere. I mean, I was seriously reckless. If you ask me what my hobbies are, I really couldn't tell you, because I just don't. They're my kids. Yeah. Like being a mom has become my life. So what I found worked for me, what I found worked for me was, I said that contest was something that I had to force myself to do. I didn't want to talk to people. And so I would find ways to talk to new people. I literally went out to the grocery store and waited for somebody to look at me or smile, and then I would chase them down. Legitimately. Ran after somebody in the produce aisle, and all of a sudden he said, "Hey, you smiled, can I give you a product?" She and I was a distributor of my business. And because I wasn't going to fail at this. This was something that I was going to make it work. And so, I had to build those relationships. I will find anything to talk to people about. I'll be sitting there looking for jalapenos, so I make stuffed jalapenos. The last thing that I had on my mind was, let's find somebody to become friends with. But there was this mom that was, wrangling her child, and I was like, boy, can I relate. I'm so happy that I have my little happy mom pills. And she's like, what? I was like, oh, can I give you a coupon? She's like, well, yeah. And just based off of the fact that I was relating to somebody, that something that was happening to them, just the fact that she was chasing her child around, and here I am on the 3, I can absolutely relate to that. It's just finding something to pick up those conversations, something. If you get talking to anybody, and you just listen to what they have to say, they'll give you clues as to how you can help them.
Clues, they'll tell you everything you want to know. Love talk.
So I just start conversations with anybody again.
I have one more thing. There is a certain person here that told us this week that it took one little boost of confidence for her to go out and be able to approach someone. Somebody that lives right next to her, somebody she sees often, and all it took was just a little bit of confidence, just a little tiny bit of courage for her just to open up the door, open up the conversation. That's all it takes is just a tiny bit of courage. Split second and you got it.
20 seconds of insane courage. That's all it takes. We all got 20 seconds to say. Okay, we can come back to Q&A here. I'm really, really excited for our next presenter. Her name is Miss Wendy Alexander. You guys are just going to love this chick. So
Take it away.
take it away, girlfriend. I didn't run back and have you. I can tell.
I've decided that for confidence purposes, I'm coming to these every day. That was amazing. It's been so great to see so many people I haven't seen in so long. I'm so
You look
excited.
slamming, by the way.
Thanks. I don't know that I've done anything different. I still eat ice cream daily. It's just who I am, but I am totally owning that.
There you go.
I'm Wendy Alexander. I actually still technically, I'm a networks distributor. I just don't actively work the business. I will tell you that my journey in this business took me to where I am today. So for me, it didn't end up being anything about the It Works products, but it changed who I am as a person. It changed the courage in my heart. It led me to be able to stand up here and talk to you today and explain that whoever you are, just be that person. You think you're being silly, you think you're ridiculous, you think no one's going to respect you, and that is absolutely not true. The closer you get to who you really are, the more you're going to attract the people in your life that are going to make a difference. They're going to increase your business. They're going to embrace that person that you are. And those that don't, frankly, don't matter at all. So who in here is striving to be average? That's usually the response I get. So who really wants to be awesome? Awesome. We're going for awesome. All right. So what does awesome look like? Is it the going out and making diamond in 9 days? Sure, that's awesome for a minute. Doesn't last. If you have done any research on most of the people who skyrocketed in a matter of days, they will tell you that it was way harder to keep that going later than it ever was to do it in the first place. It really is the daily, consistent actions that you want to take, that you are going to increase your business, calling that customer, making sure you're doing your follow-up calls, making sure that you're taking that action every single day. I can tell you Jenny didn't get here in 1 day. She didn't get here in 1 week. It wasn't even 1 year. It has taken consistent effort, day after day after day, being all in. Does that mean you can't take a day off? Oh, good Lord, if you start not taking days off, you guys are gonna be tired. Take some time for yourself. That was probably one of the biggest lessons that I've learned in my life. I spent 12 years in the real estate industry, and I lived it, ate it, breathed it 24/7. I was answering emails at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was answering emails at 11 o'clock at night. I was showing property on Christmas Day because I was afraid to lose a customer. I was afraid that they wouldn't like me. It's definitely not the way to do it. You have to take those consistent actions, but make sure that you are taking time for yourself as well. So the one thing that I actually wanted to start with is I am so proud of each and every one of you for being here today. Number one, you value yourself. You value the opportunity. You believe in yourself enough that you can do this. The only way to stay engaged in this business is to be at the trainings, to go to conference, to stay engaged with your team, participate in the challenges. All of those things that your leaders are putting together for you are so valuable. The other thing that it says about you is that you understand the value of each other. The people sitting next to you are your 100% your best allies. Because is it your family? For some of you, those are your haters, right? Those are the people that can't see your vision. They're telling you this is stupid, that you can't do this. Don't believe it. Don't believe it for a second. These people in this room see the value in the product. They see the value in what you're doing. They see the value in you. Constantly surround yourself with those people. Make sure you're reaching out to your team. Make sure, I don't care if it's a sideline, an upline, a downline, it doesn't matter, but make sure you are staying engaged. So the biggest thing that I can tell you is that today is everything. The actions that you took yesterday, if you slouched off, if you didn't make those follow-up calls, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's like Hakuna Matata. It's in the past. It really doesn't matter. Today is everything. You don't know if you're going to get tomorrow. But if you don't make those follow-up calls today, if you don't get up that crazy courage and call that customer, if you don't take the actions that you need to in your business, then tomorrow it doesn't matter what happens because you're not going to be any further today. You'll be right here, always. So a couple of things. When you're thinking about what steps you're going to take today, you need to think about not what necessary action steps, but how are you showing up for your customers? Are you there for them when they need to return a product or exchange a product or have questions? How are you showing up for your team? Are there people underneath you that are maybe not necessarily reaching out and you could say, hey, I haven't heard from you in a couple of weeks. I'm just wondering if there's anything that I can do to help. Those little things, you never know when you're going to step into a conversation with someone and they're right on the edge of giving up, and you can be that person. You can be that light that changes everything for them because you took the time to believe in them. Okay, sometimes they don't have it for themselves yet. And they don't get that you have to fake it till you make it. They haven't figured that out yet. So be that person for your team. Doesn't mean you should drive to Philadelphia if you've got someone over there. You don't have to go that far. Just make a phone call. Just check in with your team. Make sure that they know that you are available and if they need you. No time like the present. There is no perfect time. If you were saying, well, I gotta wait till my kids are in school, or I gotta wait until my husband gets this other job, or we're moving, I don't have time to work right now because we've got other things going on. If you are waiting for that perfect time, if you haven't integrated this into every ounce of your life, you're not there yet. You're not ready. You're not ready to take on the success. You're not ready to be that leader. You have to be that person at the grocery store. Compliment a stranger. It doesn't have to be about the product. Compliment them on what they're wearing. Compliment them on their hair. Do anything to start that conversation. If you approach them like a salesperson, they're going to freak out. Don't do that. Just take the time to start a conversation. You don't know, that could end up being your best friend in 5 years. I run into the strangest relationships just by starting a conversation. So it really makes a difference. Make sure you're showing up for those people. Make sure you're showing up for yourself. If you're waiting on your team to do it for you, you're probably not going anywhere. That's the hard truth. You have to do it yourself. You have to get up every morning and take the action. You are the #1 person in your success. Absolutely #1 person. No one else is going to be able to make you successful. Jenny can give you all of her tricks. If you don't do them, it doesn't matter. You're not going anywhere. You have to be willing to dig in your heels, do the research, do the work. I know from talking to Justine, no one taught her much of anything when she got into this business. 0. She figured it out herself, and she did it her way. There's no right way or wrong way to do this business. She did it herself, and that's what each and every one of you are going to have to do. The biggest thing that I can tell you about this particular business, stop looking for rock stars. Stop looking for rock stars today. Doesn't do you any good if you're not a rock star. The rock star. And then they will just come to you. They'll be attracted to you. It'll just happen. But you have to believe, and you have to do the work to be that rock star. I've got a couple of little tricks that I do even for myself today. I have a couple of notes on my mirror in the bathroom that I look at every morning. #1, first one says, I deserve this. I deserve this. I have worked hard for this. I get up every day. It doesn't matter if it's Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, whatever. My alarm clock goes off at the same time every single day. Now, I don't necessarily put on a dress every day. Sometimes I'm working in pajamas, I'm not gonna lie. But I get up every single day, no matter what. The other thing that I put on there is says, note to self. I am going to make you so proud. I'm going to make you so proud. I don't need anyone else to tell me that they're proud of me. But I need me to be proud of me every day. If you don't have that, you don't have anything. So this work is not easy. It's going to take dedication. It's going to take perseverance. There are days where you're going to be like, I hear the word rap one more, please. I'm going to die. You just are. There are going to be days like that. And you know what? You should probably not talk about rap second. Just don't do it. Take the day off. Move on. Tomorrow will be another day. Maybe you can have somebody. Or just talk about hair, skin, and nails. I will tell you that this is my favorite product to buy. I'm not going to lie. So the biggest step that you can take, the one thing that you can do to change everything starting today, is to push past the fear. This business is 100% about getting past the scary stuff. Talking to people that you're uncomfortable talking to. Saying things you're uncomfortable about saying. Once you can get past that, if you can learn to have conversations with people about nothing that lead into something, your entire business will explode. It will be so awesome. So that brings me to kind of my life change. So January 1st, I read a quote that says, do something every day that scares you. And I took that as a challenge, and I have done that every single day. And I can tell you my life is not even close to being the same. I talked to my husband last night, and I said, I'm not even the same person that I was, am I? He goes, not even close. He goes, I don't even recognize that person that you were before. So I, at almost 40, I will say, I'm a cherry bomb bombshell. I do some burlesque dancing and heels.
Yeah.
With a whole bunch of other girls that are much skinnier and smaller than I am. And I love every minute of it. Every minute of it. But I never thought I would do anything like that. The next thing I did, I joined the roller derby team. I just thought that would be super fun. Broke my tailbone. Can't roller derby anymore. But you know what? I spent 10 weeks with those girls and I have never felt stronger or more powerful in my life. It was an amazing experience. And I still have people from that team that I talk to on a regular basis. I put up posters everywhere I can for them. I go to all their derby bouts and all kinds of fun stuff. So that's a group of people I would have never ever met before. So it's definitely, you don't have to do anything that extreme. You can do just little things. Have a hard conversation with someone that you know you need to have. It can be that simple. But do something every day that scares you. A little opportunity to do that. Next Wednesday, September 23rd, I launch my 100 Days of Fear Challenge. So I'm going to be emailing people what my fear is for that day that I'm going to do, and then doing video blogs, picture blogs, periscoping on doing some of those fun things. So if you want to join me, I actually have a new website that just finally went up 2 days ago. It's resultsboss.com. It's the name of my new speaking and training business. So if you want to go there, right in the center of the landing page is a button that says Let's Go. If you click on that, it'll bring up an email link. You can send me an email and I will add your email list to that daily informative thing. So you can watch my fear craziness and join in if you like. It's resultsboss.com. So it's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything. It's something that I've been doing since the beginning of the year anyways, and just thought I would share. So I really, really, really appreciate Jenny giving me the opportunity to come and talk to you. It's been a crazy, crazy year, and so much has changed, but I absolutely know exactly where you are and know how it feels to be right where you are. I was at conference last year. If you have the opportunity, if there's any way you can go, you've got to go. It makes so much of a difference. Thank you.
Amazing. And also, I learned last year at retreat that every time you face a fear, you burn 500 calories. Nice. So I touched a snake and put a tarantula on my head. And then had a bowl of ice cream. Anyways, okay, so really just questions and answers again, you guys. If you guys have any, we're going to be milling about for a while. So if you guys have anything that you need to know, now's the time, ask away. And thank you all so much for coming. Thank you guys for taking time out of your hard-earned Saturday. And the people that show up, that's whose business is growth. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you.